Today in this video, I'm going to talk about a simple concept that when you hear it, you're going to wonder if it's even possible. You're going to wonder, like, why haven't I been thinking about this the whole time? But everyone misses it. Everyone forgets. And it's the number one thing that if you remember how to do, you can work through any desired change, any circumstance, or any type of a challenge that you're working on. And for so many of us, when we think about achieving a goal or making a change, we think from the outside first. So we see the desired state of being in other people. We might see people who we would look at as being successful, whether that's someone that we know through work, or could be a creator on YouTube. It could be a family member. It could even be a friend, and we're looking at that other person's success as a kind of an endpoint or a destination to where we want to be, right? And it doesn't have to be another person. It could be just some state of being that you want to be in your mind, right? And I coach a lot of people who actually are very successful. You would see them from the outside. They got a lot of money, really good at business. There's not anything that they can't do in the business realm, and so they're very confident in that. But when it comes to the problems that they're coming to see me with, like, in their perception, they can't seem to figure it out, right? So there's a gap of awareness. So they're looking at other people like, oh, I wish I could have their relationship like, so-and-so has, or I wish I could, take risks and have fun and relax more like people do. And I've got all this, material wealth and abundance, and I can't slow down, and I can't enjoy my life, right? So I wish I could be like so-and-so. So everyone does this, where we're looking from the outside. And so what I want to propose to you is that we're going to do the opposite. I'm going to propose to you that we look at our situation from the perspective of me first, okay? And what I mean by that is that any type of perception I have of what's outside of me, whether that's another person or a place I want to be, or just a complete total reversal of what I'm seeing. And I don't include myself with that. I'm not living in reality. So when we start from ourself, I want to be living, it's going to put me right in the position of living in reality. And the reality, and this is the thing everyone misses, is that you can only be you. That's it. You can only be yourself. But I'm also going to tell you how you can put that into practice. If you were to ask somebody who that you see as successful, you can think of someone in your mind and ask them how they did that thing, they would probably be able to tell you at most, some level of steps that they went through and give you some guidance. But what they can never tell you is how they were able to do it from their perspective. Like, they're just going to say something to the effect of, well, I just did it. That's just kind of what I do. It's just kind of how I am, right? And when people are expressing their natural talent and abilities, that's how it is. If you talk to someone who performs, like, they're not going to go through, oh, these are the steps that I did in my head, to do the thing that I just did on the stage, right? They're just going to be like, well, I just kind of did it, right? I'm just being in the present moment. I'm being myself. And, that's an example that's more rare. Not everyone gets to perform on stage. But the point is that if we do the normal thing, which is I'm looking from the outside, right? I'm not staying in perspective of myself, and I'm looking at where I want to be, then I have to follow steps, right? So this is when I get locked into my mind. I'm overthinking, I'm overanalyzing, I'm over-researching, I'm doing all the things, like I'm on my phone, I'm paralysis by analysis, I'm doing all those things. But the reality is that if you're going to be successful, you have to be yourself. Like, you have to be exactly who you are. Now, that doesn't mean you can't get better at what you're doing, but the actual expression of who you are is the only thing that's going to create success. You can't get around that. You can't be someone you're not. So often people don't leverage their own strong points, their strengths, right? Just like everyone has weaknesses. But they don't look at their strong aspects of their personality, and they're so focused on the outside and learning how to do that they forget how to be. And so one thing that you can do if you want to put this into practice, and I don't think I've talked to anybody who hasn't had this problem to some degree, whether it's been when I was doing therapy or when I'm doing coaching. What you can do with this is you can take an inventory, okay? And there's two ways you can do this relatively. You can think about or write down all the things that you've done in your life that you would consider successful. And what you can do is ask yourself, how did you do that? What led up to you being able to do that thing that you consider successful? And I want you to kind of go even further with that. And then when you look at the steps, I want you to ask yourself, did I spend my energy thinking about those steps or trying to be someone else? Or did I finally realize that by expressing as I am, taking risk, putting myself out there, failure, learning from my failure, readjusting, did I finally arrive by doing that, by being me? The thing you can do is just ask other people that you trust and you're close with, ask them, like, what do you think I'm good at? Like, when you see me and you see my strong attributes, like, what would you say that those are? That's going to give you some insight on what to focus on as you're moving forward and you're making your desired change. Because everything that you need to be able to do the thing that you want to do, you already have it. You already possess those things. And I'm not saying this just to sound like, I don't know, like overly encouraging. I mean, it's just a fact. And so doing that exercise and doing that inventory can be really helpful to bring your mind and your thinking back into reality instead of focusing on this illusory or desired reality where like you get to emulate or be something or someone else that you're just never going to be. Ultimately, we want to end up in reality because that's where we're present and we're happiest. My name's John. I'm a coach. I offer one-on-one services. I'll leave a link in the description below. I also have a men's online community that I'm starting up. Thanks for watching. Hope you found that helpful, and I'll catch you next time.